What's up, YouTube? I'm Brian, and today, how many movies do I have? Hey everyone, so glad you're here. One of the biggest questions that I get asked is, how many movies do I have? And I always answer the same way. I have no idea. If you don't know, I'm actually moving, and before we say goodbye to the movie wall, I want to give you that answer, finally. I literally do not even know, and in this past year and a half on TikTok, my collection has grown just so much. I'm kind of scared to find out, because I gotta move all of this. I actually have 5 different sections of movies kind of scattered all throughout this basement, and first up is a horror slash thriller slash creature section that I've placed in my office. So let's go take a look at that. 2 rows wide and 2 rows deep. Everything here is DVD and confirmed I'm keeping everything, so let's get to counting. For this section, I'm gonna place them in here 2 rows at a time since I'm packing them anyways, and I'm gonna count them like that. We have 82 right here, and now we have this stack. Thankfully, I believe everything is going to fit in here, which I'm very excited about. Let's do layer number 2 onto that stack. All together, including this stack and the Disney steelbooks that are over here, 195 added to the total right here. Up next, also in my office, is a beautiful collection of all of the new movies I've purchased recently, the Arrow video, any movie or steelbook that different studios have sent me. As always, anytime it's a big set like this and it's multiple movies and they are separate, I count them. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, this was 1, 2, 3, but this is obviously not 20 plus. This is all one film, which is kind of crazy, whereas this is 5 films. It's kind of confusing, but whatever, like who really cares that much? I try to be as truthful as I can. So let's count them. There's 83 in this stack here. Let's move on to TV. Right over here on the TV stand is nothing but TV seasons. Let's count those. I actually have all of the TV here. You can see they're kind of double stacked in the back as well. Let's get them counted. So it was 144 for all of the TV stacked together. Some of these have multiple seasons. Basically, if it's one piece of media, there it is. That counts as 1. If you haven't seen the last video, I actually scaled this collection down a little bit. I am still going to count those because I want to know at what point in this house, how big was my collection. In the end, I'm basically going to have 2 totals. How many movies did I have at the most in my entire life? And then also, how many movies am I bringing to my new location? Now, I actually took the time to go through all of these and separate the ones that were replaced by Blu-ray, and that's all of those. That means that I gained that many Blu-rays to replace in the collection, which is awesome, but these are just full on I'm getting rid of. We're gonna count these a layer at a time, starting with this box right here. Let's do it. Awesome, that was 82. Now, let's move on to this box. It makes sense because it's the same size box, but yeah, another 82, and now we're gonna move on to here. That's insane. They're even in the box differently, but still, 82. Okay, moving on. Got 72 in this box. 1 box left, and it is not even full, and it's also full of TV there at the bottom, so this won't take long. This is insane. Just like the others, ends in 2. That's insane. So let's do the quick math of every movie that I actually got rid of. How many movies did I used to have? 380. Of course, that counts TV as well. It's a piece of media. I'm absolutely counting it. Finally, we have the wall. This is going to take some time, but throughout my lifespan of collecting movies, one of my favorite things to do is to just count how many movies I had, and to count them all on this wall has been something that I've been waiting to do for quite some time. So let's get into it. The shelving unit is split into sections, so I'm actually going to do that first. And so this is a smaller section, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And we're gonna count all of this, including even the stacks that are up here and in between the cracks. Everything on the wall, the big number, 2,385. Now I have the totals from each section. I'm gonna do some live math, live reaction. Let's see how many we got. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 30, 10, 11, 12. Wow. How many movies, give or take a few, did I have at once in this house? 3,284. All right, now how many movies do I really have? Unfortunately, no longer have 3,000 movies. It is 2,904. You know what? I kind of like this idea. I like the idea of like getting the next 96 movies and just capping at 3,000 no matter what. Because this, and the ones that I've already packed away, seems like a perfect amount of movies to have. I'm really glad that I did this. So when people ask, how many movies do you have? Yeah, about 3,000. Boom, easy. Ooh, that sounds nice. All right, let's get this stuff packed. On camera, I just kind of want to take it in, like this is it. This is the last time that my collection will look this nice. I spent a lot of money on these shelves, and unfortunately the shelves can't come with me. When I fell in love with movies, when I really knew that I wanted movies to be a part of my life, I didn't fall in love with shelves. In fact, in my first apartment, my movies just were stacked on the wall, against a wall for a year. In fact, the next apartment after that, they were also stacked against the wall. And then we bought a house and I built shelves, and the shelves were nice, but I ran out of room. One day, we'll be back. Well, there you go, almost 3,000 movies. Now, this collection could be bigger if I really wanted it to, but I don't. I think capping it at 3,000 is pretty great and kind of swapping out some movies for better movies. And honestly, that number is already way too high, especially because I'm moving. Speaking of moving, this will be the last video that I film in this office. I'm literally moving in 2 days. And yeah, it's it's pretty crazy. It's bittersweet, but it is time for bigger and better things. Speaking of, pressing that subscribe button can make that happen. And if you do that, it would mean the world to me. I promise you won't regret it. Thank you so much for being here. I've been Brian. It's goodbye for now.